I've already brought down some materials. It's snowing. There's the spot. Just got the tarp set up. I was actually here not too long ago and really enjoyed the spot, so I'm coming back to it. I dug this pit last time and made a fire, so kind of taking advantage of the work that I've already done. And you can see snowshoe tracks. Those are mine, just going to get wood. So I'm gonna check out some new area. I got here a little earlier than I normally do. Started setting up the ridge line here. I've got it tied to this tree, and then I'll tie it to that tree, and toggle the tarp up to it, and call it a shelter. It's not ideal. Snow's sort of blowing from me toward the tarp, so it's going to blow in a little bit, but it'll work out fine. It's not blowing that hard. I think it'll be a nice shelter. So I'm going to get working on that and get back to you a little bit later. Literally maybe 10 minutes later, the tarp is set up. So I'm not sure if you can see the snow and what direction it's falling, but like I said, not ideal. I'm sure there are smarter ways to do this than how I have it set up, but that's all right. It's gonna be fun either way. So I set the tarp on the ridge line, and there was a little bit of sag in the tarp. I guess it gets old. When things get old, they start to sag, as you may know. So I put a little stick back there to prop it up. I'm probably gonna have to put something on top of the stick in between that and the tarp, just so it doesn't puncture the tarp. It's a cheap tarp anyway, so I don't really care that much if it happens, but try to be good. I've got my 550 cord wrapped around the tree. It's all toggled in place, and then I have a nice knot that was showed to me by a buddy of mine a long time ago. I think they call it daisy chain. I'm not really sure. I've got it sort of bunched up here, so it doesn't come undone, but I'm going to show you how it works if I can. So basically, it's a nice way to bunch your cordage up, and when you need it, you just pull. Just keep pulling and pulling, and it undoes itself. And you can redo this and chain it back up when you're all set and done. So yeah, it's a nice way to keep the cord bunched up without getting tangled on itself, which is really frustrating. All right, so I'm just gonna pick up everything that I have is cheap. It's an old saw I bought at a estate sale or a garage sale, but it works really well for cutting branches. So I'm going to go look for some branches to use as my fire source for tonight. Man, it's beautiful out here though. Looking forward to this. I just cut 2 branches, and just wanted to point out that there's this yellow fuzzy stuff called lichen, and there's this darker colored, looks like a beard. It's also a different type of lichen. They're a fungus that has a photosynthetic organism that lives with it and produces a little sugar for the fungus, and they live happy lives together. Anyhow, not nerding out anymore, but yeah, they're pretty good fire starters, so hopefully it's dry enough to get things going. It won't matter too much because there's other ways to start fires without lichen. I'll probably make a feather stick, basically make a bunch of shavings from wood and use that to start the fire in addition to the lichen. But I'm going to throw it under the tarp and try to keep it a little bit dry while I go back and look for more wood. It's really hard to film without a tripod. I don't have a tripod, and I don't even want to carry that much gear or think about it, so my hat is off to you that do that stuff. It's a lot of work. But found this dead tree here. I'm not great with my tree IDs. Some of them I know pretty well, but this one I'm guessing is a cottonwood. This one's dead. This one right next to it appears to be alive. So this will be good firewood if I can. The bark's just slipping right off of it. It's in good shape. I'm probably gonna just gonna take the little saw to it. Why not? That's what I brought it out here for. Oh good, the camera hasn't fell over yet. Alright, well. Yeah, I don't know. It almost seems a little bit damp, this wood. I'm not sure how well it's going to actually work. Try it out. I think this is how you learn how to do this stuff, is you just try things out and then you kind of remember, oh yeah, it looked like that and it worked, or oh yeah, it looked like that, leave it alone. It's trial and error. I'm not in dire strait for wood, so you know, I'll be all right. So I'm just gonna try it out and see what happens. Once again, finding a tree to hold my camera. I found a dead standing tree. Looks like alder. Seems to be in good shape. Seems to be pretty dry. So I'm gonna just get this bucked up. As you can see, snow's picking up. So I think this will do me good for the wood that I need. I collected a couple other branches, not on video. But I'm going to get this cut up. When you're cutting wood, I use the stump that the tree was attached to at one point. And you want to cut on this side of the stump, so the weight on this side is pulling down, and that's going to keep the wood from binding up on the saw. It'll actually help the wood kind of separate as you cut, as opposed to if I cut over here, that wood's going to want to come in on itself and pinch the blade, so I want to cut on this side. So I'm just going to do this really quick and work this tree up. Apologize for the not such an ideal angle. Well, I'll go on this side and make it easier for you to see. A little more difficult for me to cut. That's all right. The side barely big enough for this piece of wood. Wouldn't want to go any bigger. But see how the gravity's pulling that log apart, and you can imagine this split, as gravity pulls on it and I cut down, it's going to go away, so it's not going to pinch on the blade. Make it easy, right? It's hard enough when it's easy, so make it as easy as you can. There we go. So, anyhow, cutting wood. A lot of snow. Definitely just fell. Quite a bit of snow out here. I'm gonna go over this way, but it looks like there is a little stream in my way. Oh well, I guess change of plans. Still snowing. I went back to the car to get some things, and I'm car camping. It may not, it's probably not obvious. You probably looks like I'm way back somewhere, but I'm really not. I'm really close to the car. Anyhow, I went back to the car, and there was already a couple inches of snow, and I haven't been here that long. I think it's going to be a snowy night. The tarp shelter is doing all right, but I did run into the issue of snow kind of blowing in, so I moved things around. I'll show you when I get back. Right now I'm just kind of exploring. I've got plenty of wood, as you'll see, and yeah, just kind of burning some daylight. Just gotta watch out. This looks sort of like it could have a creek running through it, and I'd hate to fall through. The creeks are almost frozen over, so it's easy to hide the water. Anyhow, I'm probably gonna head back soon, so yeah, super awesome day. Well, so I'm back at camp and cleared out some snow. I've got enough wood. I found a good dead standing tree, as you saw earlier, and cut up a few pieces. I know where to go if I need more. That should hopefully be enough. But when I was there, I also I found another really big dead tree, and I noticed that the tree was exuding a lot of sap, and cut off a few branches. And here's what, I don't know if you can see that much. Well, focus. Focus. There we go. See how dark that is? They call that fat wood. It makes sense. It's got a lot of, if I smell it, it just reeks of sap, and it's got a lot of sap in it, and sap is flammable, so I'm gonna cut that up into some small pieces and get some shavings off of it, and use that for my fire starter. So I've got some smaller stuff over here and a little bit bigger stuff, and I'll just kind of work my way around to getting up to the big logs. So apologize for the shaky video. I haven't filmed anything before. This is literally the first time I filmed with this camera. I'm used to just taking pictures. So yeah, Paul, hopefully you're finding this entertaining. At least there's a lot of snow, and I hope that the fire starter stuff works. I get to use I have a ferro rod, and just bought it, tried it in the backyard with a piece of paper, and the paper went right up. So yeah, maybe it'll work. I'm optimistic, put it that way. I'm gonna get my gloves on, safety. Cut this thing up and just sort of show you what it looks like. Probably good enough size right there. Now notice how I'm pushing down. I'm not sure if you can see this very well. Pushing down, I'm gonna pinch my saw blade, as I mentioned earlier, if I do that. But it's the branch is so thin, I'm not really that worried about it. Nice solid piece though. So, this is good. Fatwood side. Not fatwood. This is right next to the. This was right attached to the trunk of the tree, and apparently the sap really just collects in that area. And as you work your way out the branch, there's less and less. Still smells kind of sappy, but definitely, yeah, oh man, not anywhere near as much as this end does. So I'm gonna chop this up and see how it looks. Now I don't know enough about sapwood. That looks really dark. It almost looks like it's a little bit wet, but there were like literally drops of sap on the branches on this tree, so maybe, but sure smells it. Sure smells it. So anyhow, I'm gonna try and get a fire started here. I'll come back with you soon. Alright, so here it goes. I hope I have enough. Tinder. Kind of put it under these sticks here to keep it somewhat dry. And my ferro rod tied to me so I don't drop it or lose it. It does happen. Okay. I definitely feel like I'm rushed, you know, to get this going. Just I'm more worried about like the snow, you know, falling on things. So I've got my small stuff to put on top if this goes. Let's see how it works. Oh, that's cool. that wood's definitely not lighting, which is not surprising. And the snow is dripping off of my hat and onto the fire, and these gloves are so darn big. They're not working. Real time though, I told you I would be, I want you to see what it's really like. I didn't do any, I probably should do some more shavings on the wood here. I'm going to do that. So just hang tight. Problem is I keep knocking these things, these little curls and things off, and I know that's not helping out the situation here. Come on, baby. Let's get it going. This is really neat, but I need a big pile of curls, and that I should have known that, because watching all these YouTubers, they get nice big curls. They get a whole big pile of them. What to do? Oh, here's an idea. At least I can get it under. Probably can't see this anymore. But at least now it's not in the snow. Oh! Oh man, I actually had a flame. Oh man, they're getting close. Getting close. I'm beginning to think that this stuff's maybe a little bit wet. That's why it's being not such an easy fire starter. That may be what's going on. Oh, fudge. Don't do that, people. Oh, this just keeps getting worse. I will start this. I don't know. Oh man, there's chunks of snow. Gosh. I totally just goofed that one up. Man. Freaking. That sucks. I was turning and swiped. Well, you probably saw I swiped it with my jacket. Sometimes this lichen catches and it goes, but it doesn't go very long at all. I did bring with me some birch bark, but I really want to try this. I cut smaller shavings. Just gonna keep trying different things and hope something works. I'm also pulling the ferro rod rather than pushing the striker. I don't know if that's right or wrong. It seems a little safer. Got a good feeling about this. Come on, baby. I like this strategy I'm using here. Okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm getting smokies. Oh, this piece of this. Come on, baby. I might have gotten it. It's sort of like right on the verge of going versus not going. I think I got it. Ooh, that was challenging. That was very surprising how challenging that was. Of course, I put it up here and I'm trying to move it without putting the damn thing out. Alright, folks. Man, I thought that was going to be so much easier. Wow. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Stopped snowing. Actually burned up all the wood that I got pretty quickly. Some of it was pretty big. A little bit. These rounds are a little bit too big. So I've been throwing some wood that I brought with me on the fire. Nice fire though, nice and warm. I cooked up some dehydrated spaghetti. Bought it at the store. It's okay. I'd like to start making my own. But yeah, it was a great night, and I'm just gonna kind of relax here by the fire. Um, my attempt. This is my attempt to do bushcrafty kind of stuff. Obviously there's a lot that I still need to learn, but I'm happy that the ferro rod worked, even though it took a long time. Definitely will practice more, but there's all sorts of really cool things on like YouTube. If you want to know more about bushcraft type stuff. Joe Robinette actually is, he's the guy that I learned a lot of my stuff from. Now, that doesn't mean that I did it crappy, so he taught it crappy. That means I'm just learning. He knows what he's doing, and he seems like a really good guy. Actually, he seems really down to earth, and seems like a lot of fun actually. But yeah, check him out, and I'll actually put a link on right below the video. He's got all sorts of great videos, super entertaining, super informative. He knows what he's doing, like I said. There's other people out there. He's just one that I really enjoy watching. He makes it more. He makes it more than just an informative video. He tells a story, and like I said, he's really entertaining. He's not trying to play like know-it-all tough guy. I'm a badass. Excuse my language. Whatever. He's a real humble dude. Yeah. So, all right. Well, have a good night. Well, good morning. Just getting a little water going. I'm gonna make some oatmeal this morning. I didn't sleep great, but I slept a lot better than I have been the last few weeks. The sleeping bag's old, decades old, and just doesn't have the loft and insulation that it used to. So I got a new one. It's coming. Hopefully it's actually arrived, but didn't get there before I left, so I ended up just doubling up. I put the old one in another old sleeping bag, and it actually worked really well, but did get up quite a bit. I feel warm though. That's the important part. And like last weekend I came out and I was super cold in the morning, and it just took a while to stoke my furnace, if you will. Anyhow, yeah, I'm making some oatmeal. Got this cool setup. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's another one of those bush hacks, I guess you could call it, where you just need 2 sticks, and you cut sort of a wedge in one, sort of like a flathead screwdriver tip in one, and then the other one you cut a notch, and you hang the notch on the tip, and then it's got a little hook here to hold your pot. The bushcrafters have much better equipment for this. They're not bringing an actual like tea kettle out, but it'll work. So yeah, I'm just trying to just get a little heat under. It's not going to take long to heat my water up, but after breakfast I'll go for a little hike, and then it's going to be an early day, so just squeezing a little fun stuff in. But it's my first attempt at this stuff, as you know. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. But my hope is my wife and I are having a son soon, and month is it? So 4 months-ish, a little less than 4 months. And I want to get out here, practice this stuff, and get good, so by the time he's big enough to do these things, I'll have a lot more tips and tricks up my belt, and I can show him and just get him excited about nature and being outdoors, like I am. I hope I pass it on. If he doesn't like that, that's okay too, but I'm going to really give it a good shot. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and hope you at least got some entertainment out of it. It was There's definitely some ups and downs, but I'm really happy with how it went overall. All right, well, take care.